Many people dream of becoming rich. Having enough money allows one to travel the world, enjoy eccentric pastimes, and stop worrying about the bills. Unfortunately, becoming rich is a daunting task if you don't inherit a sizable fortune. To become rich, you have to be smart, work harder than most, and think outside the box. Unless you win the lottery and become rich overnight. This path to riches doesn't require intelligence, and even the dumbest people can become rich by winning the lottery. That's why today we're going to look at stupid people who have won the lottery and see what kind of foolish things they did to deserve being called stupid. Without further ado, here are the top 10 stupid lottery winners. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel, then hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Number 10. Rhoda and Alex Totts. Let's start today's list with a stereotypical story of how winning the lottery ruins people's lives. In 1990, Rhoda and Alex Totts had a mere $24 to survive on for the entire week. To their fortune and distant tragedy, they won a jaw-dropping $13 million jackpot. Adjusted for inflation, it's an even more jaw-dropping sum of $25.75 million. Sadly, the Toths were only rewarded with money, but not with wisdom. They went on a spending spree, stayed in the most luxurious hotel rooms, dined at the highest-rated restaurants, and gambled at the most famous casinos. They also managed to get into legal trouble for tax evasion. In just 16 years after their winnings, they were broke and living together with their son. What a wild ride, right? Number 9. Evelyn Adams. In 1985, at the time of her winnings, Evelyn was living in New Jersey and working as a convenience store clerk. Yes, I said winnings plural. Why? Because she won the New Jersey lottery twice in just 4 months. The combined winnings were $5.4 million. At first, she made wise decisions, such as paying for her daughter's education. Unfortunately, soon after that, she began acting foolishly, as she was an avid gambler before winning the lottery, and this habit only accelerated after winning the lottery. While she didn't go downhill as fast as other people on this list, she still gambled away her lottery winnings, and in 2012, her pockets were empty. Number 8. Jonathan Vargas. Could you imagine becoming a multi-millionaire at the age of 19? This happened to Jonathan Vargas in 2008 when he won the jackpot. Not just any jackpot, but a $35.3 million Powerball jackpot. Probably to no one's surprise, he wasted it all. A 19-year-old is barely capable of cooking himself dinner, let alone being wise enough to know what to do with $35 million. Such money could have easily funded his college tuition and set him and his future children for life. But Jonathan had different plans. He had a dream of creating a wrestling show, all-female wrestling show. What else to expect from a teenager? Jonathan bought a television production company and ended up investing most of his winnings in this terrible idea. His wrestling show, called Westylicious, only managed to air for 13 terrible episodes before being canceled. Number 7. Willie Hurt. Back in 1989, Willie won the Michigan lottery and received a prize of $3.1 million, which, adjusted for inflation, is $6.4 million in today's money. Willie was a kind-hearted person and had a good name in his community. It would only be natural to assume that he spent the money wisely and improved everything around him, right? Well, if that was the case, he wouldn't be included in today's list. Willie was stupid enough to get addicted to crack cocaine and killed a woman. That is right, he was accused of killing his girlfriend and faced life in prison. Willie, why? Number 6. Denise Rosie. Denise was happily married to her husband Thomas for 25 years until out of nowhere, she filed for divorce. It took her husband by surprise as he never saw it coming. Why would his beloved wife want to divorce him out of the blue? Well, Denise and 5 co-workers of hers won $6.6 million in the California lottery. They split the prize and it left Denise with a sum of $1.3 million. With the newfound riches, she quickly filed for divorce to avoid sharing money with her husband. To her misfortune, she broke state asset disclosure laws. As a result, the entire lottery prize of $1.3 million was awarded to her husband, now ex-husband. We can learn 2 things from this story. First of all, if you want to betray your spouse, at least know the law so it will not come back to bite you. Second, karma is real. Number 5. Lara and Roger Griffith. It's pretty usual that striking it rich drastically changes the lives of people, be it for good or for bad. To the Griffiths family, it was the latter. In 2005, they won $2.4 million and quit their jobs. Lara was a teacher and Roger was an IT specialist. These jobs came with respectable salaries, and the Griffiths were already well off before winning the lottery. Sadly, not only did they quit their jobs, but they spent $20,000 in the first 10 days after winning. They flew to Dubai and brought a brand new Audi. Such reckless spending was just the beginning of their downfall. Lara started to look like a walking luxury brand advertisement as she dressed entirely in high-end clothes. Rogers tried to launch a music career for himself, investing tens of thousands in it. The couple also decided to send their 2 daughters to a private school, which cost $26,500 per year. Yes, per year. The Griffiths kept spending money and they blew over $1 million in just 4 years. In the end, they divorced, lost their house, and were drowning in debt. Remember to think twice before quitting your job. Number 4, Michael Carroll. Another 19-year-old on our list. In 2002, Michael was working as a waste collector until fortune blessed him by bringing $12.2 million into his pockets. As probably most teenagers would do, Michael spent his fortune throwing huge parties filled with alcohol and hookers in his mansion. Aside from the reckless spending, Michael's lack of intellect also showed itself in his legal troubles. In 2005, he shattered over 30 shopping car windows by launching steel balls from his van. Just a year later, he was sentenced to 9 months in jail for fighting another guy. Not even a decade after his huge winnings, Michael tried to return to his job as a waste collector. Is anyone even surprised that a young man in his 20s just blew through $12 million in the span of 8 years? Number 3, Gerald Muswagon. At number 3, we have one of the grimmest stories on the list. In 1998, Gerald's $2 lottery ticket bought him a whopping $10 million jackpot. Instead of hiring a financial advisor and setting up entire generations for life, he turned to the bottle. His drinking and partying saw no end, and the 8-figure jackpot didn't even last him a decade. In 2005, Gerald took his own life in his parents' garage. People, for God's sakes, if you win the lottery, be responsible with your winnings. Number 2, William Post. In 1988, at the age of 49, William bought a lucky ticket that won him the astonishing amount of $16.2 million. Adjusted for inflation, it would be $35.4 million in today's money. Such winnings are not only life-changing, but can also potentially be world-changing if used correctly. The emphasis is on if, because unfortunately, William spent his money in the dumbest ways possible. For example, he bought a $395,000 mansion, which was much bigger than he needed, a twin-engine airplane, and countless gifts for his friends and family totaling over $300,000. As lottery winnings are rewarded in annual payments, William didn't receive the entire prize at once. As a result, just 3 months after winning the lottery, he was already in debt for more than $500,000. Number 1, Ralph Stebbins. Today's list is topped by Ralph Stebbins, who won a mind-boggling sum of $208 million. Such money could literally last for centuries, especially with the fact that Ralph could be titled the most responsible person on this list. He wanted to pay off his bills and buy a cow. Humble, right? Smart, right? Then why is Mr. Ralph topping today's list? Because not even 2 years after his lucky day, he attempted a murder. What else is stupider than trying to take away another man's life and, as a result, rotting in jail for the rest of your life? However, Ralph didn't end up in jail as he met his tragic end at the age of 43 after suffering a fatal heart attack. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel, as there are many fascinating videos coming your way. Let us know in the comments below what's the biggest amount of money you've ever won in a lottery. See you next time.